Hello everyone, you are welcome to day 2 on our lessons. We treated accidentals previously and we learned their names. I would like us to treat their functions today and then their names on the lines and spaces. Alright, so without wasting time, let's consider sharp. A sharp raises a note by a half step. A flat lowers a note by a half step. A double sharp raises a note by a full step or tone. A double flat lowers a note by a full tone or a full step. And then a natural restores a note. Alright, now let's talk about the raising aspect of a sharp. If I have this, we know that this line is a G. Okay, if I want to raise it a half step, raising it means that I'm only pushing this by the use of a sharp sign a half step. It means that there is a particular pitch above this or higher than the G, but not yet at A. That's what we are looking for. Now on the keyboard, this is where our G is. Okay, it means that we need that pitch that is higher than G but lower than A. This becomes our G sharp. So on the keyboard, if you want to get the sound of G sharp, it is the black key immediately in front of G. Alright, let's say that I put a note here and I want to raise it a half step. The fourth line in the treble staff is a D. So I will only raise it by the use of the sharp, and then it means that there is a particular, or I'm hitting a particular pitch higher than the D but lower than E. How can we identify it on the keyboard? This is our D on the piano or on the keyboard. If I'm raising this D, it means I no more need the D itself, but a half step, which is just the black key in front of it. Okay, so this one becomes D sharp. Alright, enough of that. Now let's consider a flat. A flat lowers a note by a half step. Alright, so if I should put, say, a B here, this is our B and it's a white key. If I want to lower it, if the B is too high for me and I want to come down a bit, I'll use a flat sign to lower it. So it means I will no more sound the B as a white key, but the black key behind it. In the use of sharps, we play or sound the white key in front of them. Okay, and then the use of flats, we play or sound the black keys behind them. The rightward you go on the keyboard, the higher the pitch. The leftward you go on the keyboard, the lower the pitch. Alright, now let's take a double sharp. If I have, say, F, okay, and I want to raise it by a double sharp, it means that I'm covering 2 half steps, making it a full step. How do we do that? You only have to write this. That name changes to F sharp and not just F. It means that I will move 2 half steps from F to F sharp. This is our F on the keyboard. F sharp will be the black key in front of it. And another half step will land on the white key. It means that I will cross this half step and that half step, making G. So in effect, a double sharp or F double sharp is equal to G. F double sharp is the same as G. It is the same effect that we get on a double flat. So if I should place my flat on this, okay, let's say that. Okay, so that line is F. And if we are coming down, let's say that F is this. We will come down a half step. There is no black key between E and F. That suggests that we have natural semitones. There's no use of black keys to identify the semitones. We will talk about that later. But E and F and then B and C are the natural semitones we will have. It means that the distance between this one is not the same as G and A. This is a half step or a semitone. So from F to F flat, which is the same as E, okay, is a half step. And then further go, because we need a double flat, will now land us on E flat. Okay, so E flat is the same as F double flat, or F double flat is the same as E flat. That's the functional, those are the functions of the accidentals. Let's talk about the natural. A natural restores a particular note. So if we are here in the same bar and at this point we want to come back to the G, if we are in the same bar, you cannot just go ahead and write it free like that. Otherwise, we think that this will affect it. Not that we think. If you write the same note, if this is affected already by an accidental and you want to repeat it, by repeating it, you have to still play or sound it as G sharp. But if you need the G itself, you just have to cancel it by the use of a natural. So you cannot assume that by writing the note without the accidental, you will cancel it. No. If they are in the same bar, you will have to cancel that with the use of a natural. So you can go back to G. Okay. Now if we are at D and we want to now have the D natural itself, you don't have to write this one and leave it like that, thinking that since there is no accidental affecting this, it is D natural. No. Because they are in the same bar, if you don't change or cancel this, it is the same as D sharp, even though there is nothing attached to it. So you can cancel that by the use of a natural. The same way, if we are on B flat and we want to go back to the B itself, you write it, don't leave it like that, but cancel that with the use of a natural. It means that you will go back to the D. And that is why we say that even though a natural restores, it also has the tendency of increasing and lowering. So for instance, with this one, this was raised already to G sharp, and we're bringing it back to G. It has lowered it here. This one was already lowered as B flat, and we're sending it rather back to B. It means it is increasing it. So a natural sign, even though restores, it also has a tendency of raising and lowering. Now I would like to end by naming them on the staff. Okay, so if you have, for instance, G sharp, you just write G sharp. That's where your exercise is going to be and how your exercise is going to be. This is G natural. That is D sharp. Let's name this F double sharp. I think that's okay. This one becomes B flat. And not flat B, not natural G, not sharp G. Alright. I would like to end here. Stay safe, and I'll give you exercises on the page for you to try their names for me. Bye bye.